Welcome to New Jersey. On here this morning. We got a drill getting set up to plant beans. We got an 8940 that has a clutch issue. I'm loading a nurse trailer. Gonna go spray today. It's gonna be a hopefully it doesn't rain again kind of day, which has been for the last week. Looking to get in the rig. I got it moved this morning. I just got to get this up there. I have to wash it out. That's going to be showcased later. And I made the mistake of leaving a little bit of the corn pre-emerge mix in the booms, not in the tank, but in the booms. So washing out is going to be a little bit of a chore this morning. Putting nitrogen on the truck right now, so I'll have that ready. I have the herbicides ready, and I got to put about 2,500 gallons of water on this thing. I'm going to go out, I'm going to wash the sprayer out, I'm going to go spray a bunch of pre-emerge for the soybeans, then get washed out again and go back to doing corn. We got one corn planter running at the moment, and the second one here in a little while. Boss man's up drilling some holes, doing something for fence posts, and after that we can keep on rolling and get some corn in the ground. Going for rain Sunday. Hopefully it doesn't hit or drops only a little bit. We have had enough rain, that's for sure. So it's wet. It's going to be iffy if we can even do anything else other than the one property he's on now later today. Hopefully tomorrow we can get both planters going full force and really get some crop in the ground. We seem to have sprung a leak. So one thing to do, we'll just catch it and then we'll put it in there. So I wanted to take a quick second, just stop here. Now that it doesn't look like it's going to rain anytime soon. 1 minute, just to give a quick introduction. My name's Kevin, live in New Jersey, grew up in New Jersey, and this is our New Jersey. Not as beautiful of a day as we would like, but it's nice out, low 70s, not too humid today, now since rain went through. This is my Chariot Case 3330 sprayer, 90-foot boom, set up with auto steer and all the cool bells and whistles. We have down in the valley here, that is my nurse trailer, Magnum 72 or 7120 with a 12-row Kinsey, and a Magnum 215 with 12-row new this year Case early riser planter, which we're pretty happy with so far. This is all no-till ground. Right now we're farming just over 2,000 acres of corn, a little under 1,000 acres of beans. There's about 250 or so acres of wheat out, a little bit of oats, and we do a little under 1,000 acres of hay. It is May, what is it, the 16th? 7th? May 17th. Our first corn got put in a month ago yesterday. It's up a couple inches, doing pretty good. It's been pretty cool and wet. Hasn't been perfect growing conditions thus far, but now that it's warming up, I think we're gonna see a quick turnaround with it. But so far everything's been going smooth until about a week ago. It started raining and it hasn't stopped. We got something like 6 to 8 inches of rain on our earliest planted corn, and some of our better grounds got 4 to 6 inches on it. And we're just at a point now we have to see what happens. This is my primary job here on the farm. This is not my farm. I work on this farm. Car down there watching me, giving me the eye. Yeah, I'm just a kid taking a video of himself. But I'm in the spray rig all day, every day, pretty much. That, and then we go make hay and deliver hay and whatever else we got to do. The last couple of days we were throwing bales. So I guess that's just a quick intro to who I am. And this is my first video that I will put up on YouTube. And more or less the reasoning for it, after being influenced by a lot of other people that I see posting videos about farming. It's really cool to see everybody else's operation and what they're up to in different parts of the country or world. And I guess I just wanted to show what we're doing here in New Jersey, because you don't really hear about us too much. Same struggles as anybody else, really. A lot of hills, a lot of rocks, lots and lots of rocks. starting to work more and more no-till into it because of that reason. But I'm gonna climb back up in here and keep rolling. Get this tank sprayed off. Welcome to my office. It's just your typical case sprayer, nothing too special. We got the Climate Field View hooked up in this and the new case planter and both combines in the fall. So a slight change of plans. I was gonna wash this thing out. I was gonna spray some bean ground, and then got a text message from a friend of mine that's about 40 miles or so west of us, said it was raining. Looked at the radar, it was raining, and it rained. So now I'm spraying corn that got planted before it started raining. Those guys are shut down at least for a little while because now the sun's out, and due to the sun being out and my allergies, please excuse the squinty eyes and the red face. But now I'm out spraying. I'm gonna do about 40 acres or so and see what these guys want to do. If they end up coming back out here to plant, then maybe I'll just stay on this track and keep spraying some corn, or I'll get washed out now and try to go spray some beans and get some weed control out there before they plant that. And hopefully this ground dries out and it stops raining one of these days, because this has just gotten ridiculous, especially on a day like this. Now it's beautiful outside, and we didn't get much rain, but it was just enough for the planters to have to stop because it was binding up on the closing wheels and the openers and everything. You just can't plant in the wet. So being that we're on nice dry soil and I'm out here just kind of cruising, guess we'll give it a little bit of time, see what happens. Hopefully we can get the planters back rolling. The sun's out now, and we'll go from there. If we can't keep spraying, then I'll bring the truck back to the farm, reload what I took off of it, wait for the next opportunity to do something, I guess. Anybody else ever have a little triangle field? Here you can see a map of where the thing is. Obviously the boom would be hanging over that fence row. You gotta fold in and pick up so that you can properly get this corner and run it down the swale path. You gotta get creative once in a while. Here's our new rig. You can even see from here on those road cleaners, it started getting a little tacky. So unfortunately, they had to call it quits. But this is welcome to 2019. As you watch from that angle, in the phone holder there on the window, you'll notice my head is constantly on a swivel because this ground is on hillsides and it's very uneven. And two major things that I have to watch are the booms on either side. I do not have auto level booms in this sprayer. It could have them, would be equipped. I really don't think that there's a sprayer out there that is reactive enough. If there is, somebody let me know. But I don't think there's a sprayer out there that is reactive enough to handle some of these rolling hills and with little washes and boop, 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 all through the field. So I constantly have to watch the booms, and I move them with my thumb. It's kind of like playing a video game, only if you mess something up, you can't just quit and retry. You destroy the crop or destroy someone's yard, or do something that's not quite environmentally friendly, which would happen if I let one of these booms go way up in the air. Because when the boom is supposed to be here and it goes to here, that causes drift, causes a very uneven spray pattern, and normally when that's happening I have to slow the sprayer down so I'm not keeping rate right, and it's just all around not a good thing. So you have to pay really close attention, keep the booms the right height off the ground or off the crop canopy later on in the season when I'm respraying, to make sure that you're getting the proper coverage, make sure you're getting the proper rate on the field, and also to make sure that you are taking care of your surrounding area. You don't want to drift. You really don't want to drift for two main reasons. One, you don't want to hit a non-target whether it's grass or anything, even just these swales that I'm spraying next to. You really don't want the swales to die because you need them for water erosion control. But on the same point, you don't want to drift, because if it drifts off the field, it's a waste of the product. What's the point of spraying somewhere that isn't your target? Nice thing is I have this sprayer set up to do, right now we're doing 25 gallon to the acre. And I have this sprayer set up with nozzles and whatnot so that I can, here comes another corner, so that I can spray this 25 gallon to the acre and right around like 8.5, 9 miles an hour, which is a pretty good clip. It all depends on what I'm doing. I switch nozzles around. I got about 7 different sets of nozzles that I'll run depending on what's going on. Mainly, I run the same 4, I guess it would be. Something for a lower gallon. Maybe every once in a while I do 10 gallon to the acre, which gives me 100 acres to load, and I can get out and get a lot of ground covered and not have to keep reloading all the time, because most of the time when I'm doing respray, we're making hay or doing something else, and everybody's busy and they can't tender me, so I gotta go back and forth to the farm in order to load up. So getting the most acreage I can off of one tank, which is a 1,000 gallon tank, is definitely beneficial and gets a lot more done in a shorter amount of time. Right now I'm only getting 40 acres to a tank load, and that's why the truck is out here, so I can refill off of that. But the other 3 nozzles that we'll use, like right now I have a 10 on, which gives me good coverage, and they're air inducted nozzle, so I'm not worried about drifting unless it gets that windy. And if it's that windy, you shouldn't be spraying anyway. So those are for my higher gallonage, which 25 is pretty much as high as it goes. I have a set of really big nozzles for, in the off chance of a far away field that we kind of want to do the nitrogen one and done. I'll put the pre-emerge on at like 45 gallon to the acre, and then just leave it alone for the rest of the year, which is not normally the most advantageous way to do it, but when you're this far spread out and you got this much going on during the summer, it's really hard to get there to side dress everything. I learned how to spray a few years back. I used to work for Crop Production Services locally here, and did quite a bit of spraying with them. That was with a John Deere 4720, older model. I think it was in 2005, I think that machine was. And then we had a 4830, which I ran now and then. But that was really when I learned how to spray, and then I left there and started working here at this farm, which is Klukas Farms. And the first couple years I was here, I kind of refused to run the spray rig because it's not the most fun job in the world, for sure. It's pretty stressful, and there's certainly the opportunity to make a huge mistake, and it costs us a lot of money. And I had done enough spraying at that point. I didn't really want to do it. I was having more fun disking and baling and whatever else. But the guy that was running the spray rig ended up leaving for a different job, and I got put in it. So now I operate underneath my boss's license. He is the owner of the farm, and he keeps a decent eye on me. But for the most part, I try to be as self-sufficient as possible with this, so that he can worry about whatever he has to worry about, and he just has to tell me what he wants done, and I go do it. But we've been very busy. This is the second year in a row, maybe third year in a row, where we're planting corn into hay season. and we mowed some hay yesterday. The rest of us were out throwing bales, which we're in a bit of a hay shortage right now. So we went out, we mowed some hay, even though they're calling for chances of rain. I guess they're calling for a big chance of rain on Sunday, and we'll just have to see how it works out. Hopefully we can get it dried out by Saturday. We can get it baled up Saturday afternoon, put away, and then we got a little bit in storage. Probably won't even make it in the barn, to be honest with you. We're gonna put it on trailers and deliver it right away, because a lot of our customers are running pretty short. We've just been skating by, giving them whatever they need. You can't really necessarily give everybody what they want right now, and not for nothing, unfortunately, we can't give everybody the perfect quality hay that we normally do either. We strive for top quality hay, so for the majority of the year, everything that comes off this farm is pretty nice hay. Anything that we think is a little iffy, we'll sell for mulch. That doesn't go to horses, but 99% of our hay crop goes to horses. So we got to make sure that it's good quality, because horses, and horse owners for that matter, yeah, you can be a little picky. Anybody that deals with them knows that. Rain too much, too wet to plant, too wet to go down the road and plant. But plus side is, I get to put my sunglasses back on finally. Take the truck back to the farm. Hopefully we can do it tomorrow. It was an interesting afternoon. So this morning, I loaded the truck. Everything was fine on the truck. I ran a couple of the tanks there to agitate the herbicide, because some of them like to settle out, and you got to make sure that you keep them mixed up good, and everything was running fine. Then, on my way to the field, this wire that runs from the battery box up in the front of the truck had fallen down in the frame and was rubbing on the tire, and it rubbed through on the positive wire, but it didn't break. And when I went to load the sprayer, none of the pumps on the trailer were working. So I gotta climb up here. Oh, glad they didn't fall up. And figure out that wire then runs here, where everything we use alligator clamps on this. And then this should have power, but it doesn't. So I need to figure out where this wire is broken underneath the truck, so I can get these two guys working again, because it's not very fun to load a sprayer by hand in buckets. Okay, so electrical issue on the truck is fixed. Totally forgot about this whole video thing. But yeah, all it was bad ground, so got that fixed. All the pumps are working on all the totes, and I'm going to come in tomorrow, load that truck up with 100 acres worth of nitrogen. Hopefully we don't get rain tonight, and if we do, we don't get too much. They're going up to plant some corn right now. Get ahead of me, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Come on. Stop it. There's blue sky right there.